Hello there. Welcome to my views and news. Welcome to this live chat session. Can you hear me, viewers? Thank you for responding with yes. Someone is saying no sound. I think problem on your side. Others can hear. Thank you. I have been waiting for Saturday for the joint UAE Ethiopia air show, which was held, organized today in Bishoftu. A key development. We'll talk about that, what was displayed. And a few days ago, I reported that Ethiopia had acquired Akinji drones from Turkey. I quoted some Turkish sources. Now it seems that today we got a confirmation. I was waiting for this a confirmation because I reported that news story, though it was based on some reliable sources. Still, we were waiting for some verification. I think we got the verification today. Secondly, another important development from the joint show we have for you. And lastly, Jawar spoke today. Jawar does not speak a lot in social media, by the way. Some say he's in secret pact with the government. But he spoke today. What did he say? Details for you. Let me welcome the participants who joined this live chat session. Alim Gizao, one of my members. Warm welcome to you, Alim. Is the first one who comments at hello. Nahom Gumata says hi. Sajid Mohammed Mikashao, a regular participant, says Assalamu alaikum. Koryam, another familiar name. Then we have Love and a long name. He says, hi, Mr. Sajid. Mihari Vendarit is back after some time. He says, I've been busy. I miss you, Mihari. Gota Mustafa says, Yuya. Gabriel Michael Amare says, welcome. Klaus New is now joining live chats almost on daily basis. Welcome, Klaus New. Mohammed Makashaw here. Then we have Pythonian Sabakasa, another regular participant. Participant Gota Mustafa Vaisal, a name in Amharic. Werede's presence in Abi's air show is shameful and disgraceful act, thinking what the people of Tigray and the defense forces surrendered under this air force. I'll respond to it. Another name in Amharic says Tesfa. Isaias couldn't agree more. Isaias, I couldn't agree more. I couldn't get this message. Samson Hallis says, hi, Mr. Sajid. I love your analysis. Thank you, Samson. Muhammad N says hi. Rasta says Amhara Fano are in the work of uniting. Jonathan Gitachao says ANDF will not beat Fano. Ilyas Adhana. The Sajid, we are grateful from Tigray for all your report. Thank you. Dambale Kiros Sajibadar, really reliable information as you'll go on. Thank you. Aliraya, brother, join after some time. I miss you, Aliraya. Korkor Dang, regular participant. Then we have Araya Gitacho says, what do you think about the mental integrity of Abiy Ahmed? Well, I'll respond to comments and I'll take your questions too. Thank you for joining. Warm welcome. Today was a big day, I think, because several important things happened, which are pointing towards new developments. The joint air show by UAE and Ethiopia is an indication of growing closeness between the two countries and its military level closeness. It's not the two countries have formed a strategic partnership for prosperity, for peace, for stability, for economic prosperity. No, they are on one page regarding military cooperation. So if UAE did not stop meddling with internal affairs in the Horn of Africa, in East Africa, I think Ethiopia will be drawn in as well because Ethiopia is turning into a key ally of the UAE. No other country's assets were there, but it was a joint UAE Ethiopia air show planned by the military commanders of the two countries. So we're going to see now joint UAE Ethiopia positions on regional issues. It was UAE which helped Ethiopia in crushing or in striking blows to TDF. I wouldn't say crushing, TDF still there, but TDF suffered some blows, heavy blows, due to the participation of the UAE sent weapons. So UAE today showed its backing for Ethiopian PMRB. Backing is for military purposes, firstly. Secondly, Akinji. Akinji, we must not forget, is the most modern Turkish drone. It's more modern than TB2, more modern than Wenglong. PMRB is so obsessed with drones that he bought Akinji, which is not very widely tested, by the way. TB2 is a battle tested drone. We saw its operation in Libya, in Syria, in Azerbaijan Armenia war. Akinji is not as battle tested as TB2. But I think PMRB's government believes that it managed to weaken TDF through drone operation. That is why drones are going to be now the backbone of Ethiopian defensive and offensive military operation. That is why Ethiopia was quick to purchase a drone, which is not very battle tested. That just shows the priority of the government. While we're hearing that people are dying of hunger in Ethiopia, his government focused on purchase of drones. Now, we saw pictures today of Akinji drone team, which was seen with the Prime Minister of Ethiopia. The drone team is from Turkey, definitely. So we can say now that what is this man saying? Lam Tasfa, have you made correction on your report about chemical weapons in Tigray? Come on, which report are you mentioning? We're talking about Akinji, Jawar, and the man is referring to a report of referring to an old report. Now, so 2 years ago, let's talk about today first. So, delivery of Akinji to Ethiopia has been confirmed. PMRB's government is obsessed with enhancing military capabilities, drone capabilities of Ethiopian National Defense Force. A separate drone wing has been established in Ethiopian Air Force. It was inaugurated by the Prime Minister of Ethiopia today. That is what I was waiting. I was waiting to see the presence of Akinji, which has now been confirmed in Ethiopia, it seems. Secondly, UAE sent its modern fighter jets for today's air show, F-16 and others. UAE is hand in glove with Ethiopia. It is in close cooperation, military cooperation with Ethiopian government. So no matter how many people die of hunger, how many people die of drought or other causes in Ethiopia, government has decided to upgrade, to enhance the defensive and offensive capabilities of its forces. Is this preparation for internal conflicts or external conflicts? That can be debated. Is this preparation for meant for gaining access to the Red Sea, or are Akinji TB2s going to be used to bombard Fano Ola? That remains to be seen. But Akinji's delivery to Ethiopia confirmed today. I'm happy that I reported that, and now it is being confirmed, indirectly confirmed, you can say. Now we can talk about the use. How is it going to be used? What is real Ethiopian agenda behind purchase of Akinji drones, but that in some other videos. So this is the first story, which is part of this live chat. Next two news stories after a few minutes. Erithio says, Sajid, how come Tigray said genocide, but they have Werede there? Well, uh, Tigray uh, said that Abi was a genocider, but Tigray sat with Abi. Getachew sat with Abi. Jula was called a genocider, a killer, but you saw Jula, where they sat together in Kenya, in Pretoria. Getachew called the Prime Minister, Your Excellency. The two held meetings, still two were close. So let bygones be bygones. What has happened, let's bear it. I think they should move forward. Kira says, Sajid, you have no idea how many fans you have here in Ethiopia. Thank you, Kira, for reminding me. I have no idea, by the way. I don't know because I only uh, uh, am in touch with those people who are there on the channel, especially through the live chats. I'm getting to know my viewers because it's difficult to read all the comments, but here we read comments, we talk, I pronounce names. So that is how I am starting to learn names and people who are watching me. I don't know about Ethiopia, so I am feeling flattered if you're telling me that I have good following in Ethiopia. Ifani says, Janal Fano Sajid, you still talk about Fano. Why can't I talk about Fano? If I can talk about TDF, if I can talk about Ola, why not Fano? I cover Ethiopia. I don't cover Tigray or Oromia or just Amhara. I am not like typical Ethiopian news sources, which are mostly region specific, some ethnic group specific. I cover Ethiopia. So big Ethiopian developments are my area of interest. The Fox says, Sajid, assassinations and ambush attacks double the week. Can you confirm? Yes, I can confirm. I told you about that. That Fano fighters won't be able to launch big attacks. They will focus more on ambush attacks. They'll focus more on assassinations or target killings. Can they manage this increase or not? But they'll do that. So it's already happening. And what will the government do? I'll do a video tomorrow. Government is planning something big. But I don't want to break this news now. I want more confirmation. Tomorrow I'll speak on that. Samuel Faleke, one of my brothers, joined. Greetings, dear Sajid Bhai. Today I'm a little late. No, you're not, Samuel. You're right on time. I'm here. Abe Kareo, how long can Fano stay alive? 1 or 2 months. You see that so many people want to know about Fano. People still say, Sajid, don't cover Fano. You just exaggerate Fano's activities. People want to know. Most of the questions here you would see are about Fano. So it's a very important development which is happening in Amhara. It's going to have national consequences, maybe regional consequences. How can we ignore this conflict? I think 1 or 2 months are crucial, by the way. How long can Fano survive? It depends upon how long can Fano survive the drone strikes. If they manage to survive a month or two of drone strikes, you'll see that they'll survive. In some form, they'll continue the struggle. But if they are demoralized because of these drone strikes, then maybe END will be able to finish them soon. But it's too early to say. I always say, testing phase of Fano fighters ongoing. They're being tested now. We don't want to make premature judgments about their capability to survive or not. Johanna says, don't let Amhara extremists misuse you for empty propaganda. What is empty propaganda, by the way? I mean, if we are reporting about Fano's activities, it's not empty propaganda. By the way, I report much less. I know that there is a lot of exaggeration about Fano's attacks, etc. I confirm developments, then I share with you. I am not blindly reporting about Fano's activities, about ENDF's losses, etc. I sometimes make mistakes, I make corrections too. We're not blindly following the narrative launched by pro-Fano elements that Fano is a major force to reckon with and it is hurting Ethiopian National Defense Force, ENDF about to collapse. No, I never said that. But in a balanced way, we're covering the conflict in the Amhara region. Mascot says, Sajid, no, Akinji at their show. It was fake news all along. I did not say there was a Akinji at their show. The Akinji team was there in Ethiopia today, and members of the team met with Ethiopian PM Abiy. They had a logo of Akinji on their shirts. For me, it has been confirmed now. I don't think drones were shown there today, by the way, because it was mainly an air show which had the participation of jets. So MiGs, Sus, and F-16s were part of the air show. No peace without security. Kaliab says Ethiopia needs a strong federal government. We need strengthen. We need to strengthen before even feeding the poor. No, please don't say that. Exaber says, hi Sajid, how are you today? Just joined. Welcome, Exaber. Oh, I don't agree. Ask a poor man who is about to die of hunger. Would he support the purchase of a Akinji drone by Ethiopian government? Or would he support buying of food by the government for his kids? Please don't say that hunger does not matter and security is of paramount importance. Security is of importance too, but hunger, eradication of hunger should be the priority of Ethiopia. And believe me, militaries cannot fight without support of people. So far, Ethiopia is has been fighting internal wars recently, in recent years. When it comes to external wars, people's support matters a lot. And how can these empty-bellied, disgruntled Ethiopians support the Prime Minister of Ethiopia, who they know is building a palace, who they know is busy buying the most modern drones while he knows the people are dying of hunger? I am not against arming of Ethiopian national defense, because everyone raises militaries. Every country does that. But you need to take into account the cost as well. You need to be balanced. I talk about balance. This balance is missing. There was no need of a Akinji. Ethiopia could have continued operations against Fano with TB2s. TB2s are the most modern drones. How many countries in the world have a Akinji? I think around less than 10, I think. Less than 5, I would say. So Ethiopia already has acquired combat drones. The priority should be on development, on eradication of hunger, eradication of poverty. That is what I'm saying. I am not against Ethiopian national. Did I say EN should be disbanded? I never said that. Ethiopia needs a military, a strong military. But you need to create a balance between spending on military and spending on people. That is what I say. Interesting question from A. Was it offensive or defensive, the air show? Oh, why? Interesting question because we can look at it from both perspectives. It was mainly offensive, by the way. Ethiopia is not under any threat. Who's going to invade Ethiopia now? No, no country. Have you seen any threats from any country that they are going to invade Ethiopia? No. Basically, it's offensive. Ethiopia sending a message that it is in a strong position now. It can achieve its objectives. And if it has natural rights, so called, it would like to have rights. It was an offensive messaging from Ethiopia, I would say, not defensive. Now, second new story about the today's air show is the participation of Tadase Werede. Tadase Werede was Tigray's military chief in the 2-year-long war. He led TDF. TDF suffered, and Tadase Werede's TDF could not break the siege, could not take back Western Zone, and due to massive offensive from the north with participation of Eritrean military, drone operation, siege, TDF suffered heavy losses. It agreed to lay down arms in talks held in Pretoria. And Tadase knew, who knows better than him, that it was mainly drones, air power of Ethiopian forces, which was the difference between TDF and ENDF. But he was there at the air show in Bishoftu, Black Lion Air Show 2023. He was there. How significant is his participation? Teklo says, Sajid, your sound quality not so good. Well, others are not complaining, Teklo. I think Tadase Werede's participation is very significant. Why? Because, by the way, Tigray elite political military wants to be back in Addis Ababa, not the way they were in last few decades. They were in power, in charge, in commanding position. Now they're ready to be junior partners. They don't want to be confined to Tigray only. They have immense exposure and experience of leading the armed forces. And they can be of help to Ethiopian PMRB. People say that now Werede's participation, Werede's appearance will be seen two ways. It will be claimed that now Tigray generals and PMRBs and other Oromo politicians are jointly conducting operations, jointly planning operation against Fano. Obviously, Fano elements wouldn't be happy with Tadase Werede's participation there. Secondly, criticism of Werede, that why did Werede participate in this air show? These drones killed these fighter jets, bombers killed Tigrayans. And for 2 years, Tigray generals, chief leaders kept on claiming that Ethiopian airstrikes were killing innocent Tigrayans. And now, today, Tadase Werede was there happily seeing the scenes in Bishafto, while he knew that these same MiGs and Sus killed hundreds of innocent Tigrayans. He'll face criticism, but I see it from another angle. I think that people like Tadase Werede, Sadkan, Getachew, Debretsion all want to be back in Addis Ababa, but they want to be back on some terms. They are not concerned about the past use of these drones and jets and bombers, but they want to be part of the decisions regarding future use of these machines. So for me, it's not a surprise. Gradually, you'll see. I think the main stumbling block between federal and Tigray government is the territory, dispute territories. If this issue is resolved, you will see closer ties between Abiy and TPL. You will see TPLF and Tigray generals in Addis Ababa. General Komsa is very appreciative of TPLF, saying they are Ethiopians. Why not we at their show stop acting? I think he wrote. I did not say they're not Ethiopians. Jacob says, what is Eritrean reaction about the air show? Let's wait, let's see. So far, no official statement, but obviously, I've been saying, predicting rather, that armed race between Eritrea and Ethiopia is on the cards. You'll see that, by the way. Eritrean military equipment deals are not open, very secret, but you'll see in coming months news about purchase of weapons from Eritrea. You'll see that because I don't think Eritrea would stay silent the way Ethiopia is arming its military. And Eritrea maybe knows now that just infantry is not enough. In maybe 1998, infantry had a greater role to play in the war between the two countries. Now, Air Force will play a greater role. Ethiopia making preparations for internal, external scenarios. Eritrea would do the same, we'll see. Birhan Jomi says, given the challenges, Ethiopia's military spending is the lowest compared to other countries. I don't know. Maybe if you have figures, you can share with me. Is Ethiopia military spending the lowest in Africa compared with its spending on development? The Fox says people are selling their house equipment just to survive to eat. Sajid never shared that. But I cannot share individual stories, but I have been talking about economy a lot, though it's not my subject, by the way. I'm not an expert, but almost on daily basis, I've been briefing you about economic conditions, about wrong decisions, about dangers of default, about these purchase of expensive equipment, military equipment. This is what I can do. If you expect me to show a man selling his house belongings, house items to prove that Ethiopia is on the right track, maybe that's not good. I talk about bigger developments, not, I don't just create sensational news stories. Try to be factual. I share facts with you, and facts point towards the emerging scenarios. I think Ethiopia will attack Eritrea. Don't you think Eritrean military budget is real small? Yes, you cannot compare the two militaries' budgets. Eritrean budget is definitely smaller than that of Ethiopia. Eritrean infantry is very seasoned, generals very seasoned. But as I said earlier, now Eritrea will spend on its air force. You will see that because modern wars are not just about infantries. Guracha says, hopefully one day you will focus on ordinary steps taken by the government in securing food security. I'll speak on that if there are extraordinary steps taken by the government. Tisfal has asked a very complicated question, difficult to answer. And he says, Sajid, brother, there will be election in Eritrea in 2024. It's not a question, a comment, by the way. Tisfalit, are you sleeping? Someone is saying, Sajid, will you join the fight for Assad? I think, go too fast. We draw conclusions so quickly. It's not that Abiy and MBZ has decided to wage war on Eritrea tomorrow. Assad is going to be the center of fighting. Let's go slow. Countries send messages. Messages are important. Direct conflict, direct war between Ethiopia and Eritrea not imminent. I've been saying that for months, trying to clarify rumors. But these messages are very important. It means that bilateral Eritrea Ethiopia relations will remain tense. It means there could be proxy wars. It means there could be more military spending. We can go on and on. We should not just say that now, when the air show has been conducted, tomorrow war will start and when Zaid and Abi will wage war on Isas. Samuel is asking about significance of hosting a UAE Ethiopia air show instead of joint military drill practice training. Well, I think today was the anniversary of uh, Ethiopian Air Force. So you don't conduct drills on anniversaries. Mostly air shows and such ceremonies are organized. BM says, why are you focused on Ethiopia? Is that a means of living? A means of living and a means of surviving. That is what I do now. Because I cannot live without covering Ethiopia now. And Eritrea. What does UAE get in return from supporting Ethiopia, an already failed country? Important question. What is in this relationship for the UAE? Well, the UAE wants to be a leader of the region. It wants to be a global leader. Mohammed bin Zayed is known for having regional ambitions. So he wants to have presence. He wants to have influence in the Horn of Africa. And secondly, UAE has its presence. It is building ports for years in this region. It wants to have its presence along the Red Sea. And thirdly, for UAE, land matters. African lands are attractive for Arab countries, where the lands can be acquired on lease. Food shortage is the main problem for these Arab countries, so they are getting lands on lease in African countries where they're going crops, etc. And then, if you have presence in different countries of the world, it is easy for you to reach out to achieve your regional objectives. UAE has a lot in this relationship with Ethiopia. Alim says the drones will stop advancement, but they can't stop instability and non-government in Amhara. Yes, I largely agree. The drones can inflict losses on foreign fighters, but can drones bring back the stability in Amhara? Long way to go. Drones cannot bring back peace and stability to the region overnight. Morla Funny Videos says, Sajid, don't you think you should join Ethiopian military as an advisor? Why should I join? I criticize the military. I criticize military strategies. I talk about people of Ethiopia. I criticize increased military spending. I criticize the way militias are raised. I criticize extrajudicial killings by military. So I don't want to be part of any position in the government, in the military, etc. This is where I can perform better. I think talking to you, analyzing situations, and giving suggestions to me. Kalia Ejigo says, why don't you compare the economic conditions with other countries? Ethiopia is facing the same hardships as the world. Then there is no need for improvement. If we think that what Ethiopia is facing is not extraordinary situation, then you should not call for any improvement. If there are problems in Europe, if there are problems in America, are people being silenced there? Can people express their dissent there or not? Wherever there are problems, at least people are allowed to speak, allowed to express, allowed to protest. They question government, they change governments. What is happening here? A rally called to protest, called for withdrawal of militaries were portrayed as if it was a rally to stage a coup in Addis Ababa. Rally participants were arrested, shown as if they are terrorists. Then they only called for peace. He supported the rally, and now he's being shown as a ringleader of a likely coup. So, if you compare economic condition in Ethiopia and other countries, please compare democratic conditions in this country, other countries too. Semper Fidelis. I just found out my girlfriend used to be a man. I can feel your pain, Semper, by the way. Several viewers also talk to me as ladies. Later, they turn out men. Mike says, Melke said, do you think Fano will consider acquiring drones and anti-drone systems? So I don't think that Fano can get modern combat drones or anti-drone systems. Fano can only get a few commercial level small drones which are not very effective. Fano will have to defend only. It will have to adjust. It will have to adapt to the reality on the ground. It will be wrong strategy, by the way, if Fano tries to acquire drones and anti-drone systems. Tigger, I tried that too. I remember people used to ask me questions about how to get drones and how to get anti-drone weapons. But it did not happen. Now, third news story from Ethiopia about uh, Jawar. Jawar broke his silence today. He used to be very active in social media, by the way, before his arrest, but now he shares messages after days, sometimes after weeks. And he talked about Dandia today, the way his family is being treated. I reported yesterday that Dandia was arrested, his house was searched twice, and his family was told to vacate the house. Family was not given time to rent a new house. That is what Jawar criticized today. He said that politics of revenge will not lead to peace reconciliation in the country. It should be avoided. The way Tadani's family is being treated is not appropriate. So he raised his voice for Tadania's wife. Government, I think, should not be blind in uh, portraying the Dandia as anti-peace, and his family is being made to suffer. His wife, his kids have not committed any crime. They were not part of the position taken by Dandia. So they should be given at least enough time so they can get a new house. I would back Jawar. Mascot Sajid, can Eritrea match Ethiopia's spending on its military purchases? No, it cannot. It will have to be very creative, very targeted in its approach. And talk says Jawar has zero influence in Ethiopian politics. Well, I wouldn't say Jawar has zero influence in Ethiopian politics, but in Oromo politics, he has influence. Though the path he chose has diminished his presence, has diminished his influence. The path of being silent, the path of being seen as pro government. Honestly says, hi, Sajid, today I'm late. No, you're here. I'm here for at least 10 minutes now. 10 minutes more. Is manpower capable of downing drones? No, in most cases it is, because the drones fly very high. And these manpads cannot target drones which fly at very high altitudes. So manpads are almost ineffective. Manpads can only be effective if they uh, strike a drone while drone is about to fly. Once drone is high in the air, then Z23s and manpads are ineffective. Aladdin Aziz, do you think Saudis would support Eritrea since UAE is supporting Ethiopia? Yes, Saudis are closer to Isaias than to Abiy. And Mohammed bin Zayed is closer to Abiy than to Isaias. What is the role of African Union when there is a conflict in a country? Nothing. African Union has no role to play. They don't want to play roles, by the way. They want to, the African leaders, they want to enjoy their positions. They are having they're enjoying all the benefits of being in power. So they're just enjoying that. They're not relevant in African conflicts. Afiti says Eritrea is losing its channels to old age. What's with that? Is SARS poisoning them? I don't know. I don't know if SARS is poisoning them or not. Difficult to say. All sorts of conspiracy theories have been floated, but I don't know. Sambar, a very important comment, says AU, Afghan Union, is a retirement home. I agree. Former Chadian leader here, former Nigerian leader here, and they are not delivering, honestly. Kira says, do you plan on learning Ethiopian native language, Amharic? Uh, are you willing to teach me, by the way, Kira? Why are you covering Ethiopia, Tigray, Horn of Africa only? Only. It's not only, by the way. Covering a country takes lots of time, lots of effort. So it's not easy, by the way. One man cannot cover even a region uh, fully. It's difficult. Comsa has come up with a big statement saying there are no youths in Eritrea, they are all dying at sea. Samper, is Somalia on the verge of defeating Al Shabaab? Not on the verge of. Not on the verge of. But Hassan Sheikh's government has shown more commitment to defeat Al Shabaab. I think Farmajo's government was not as committed. Hassan Sheikh's government is more committed. But to say that Al Shabaab is about to be eradicated, no. Teklo YouTube channel. Have you ever been to Africa? No. Mascot. Sajid, thank you for telling it like this. I don't know why some people think they have a copyright on Ethiopian related news. Yes, I agree. People don't criticize CNN for covering. Kira says, I can teach you Amharic language for $99 a month. And that is what I earn, a little more than that, I think. So, offer not attractive for me. Uh, is Hassan Sheikh able to defend his country's sovereignty? I don't see the sovereignty of Somalia, by the way. There is no sovereignty. Al Shabaab there, US conducting airstrikes there, African troops, Ethiopia there, Kenya conducting airstrikes too. Long way to go for Hassan Sheikh to talk about sovereignty, I think. And Doc says, Sajid, I think you have a soft spot for the Fano rebels. Why do you admire them so much? Oh my God. Damascus says, I can teach you Oromo for free. You see that Kira was demanding $99 for teaching me Amharic, I think for a month. And I'm being taught Oromo for free by Damascus and Dinka. So whose offer is attractive for me? Obviously, of the Afan Oromo. 52 minutes have passed, viewers. Thank you for joining this live chat session. Uh, it refreshes me, by the way, chit chat with you people, responding to your questions, comments, and exchanging views with you. Always good to be with you. Thank you for joining. Today's live chat was mainly about the air show held in Bishoftu today. We talked about the delivery of Akinji to Ethiopia, participation of Tadassa Werede there. And then we talked about the statement from Jawar in support of Dandia's family. We'll continue these live chats on daily basis. Same time tomorrow, we'll have another live chat. I'm doing videos too as well. I did two videos today. Third one is the live chat, which is going to end now. See you tomorrow in the next live chat session. Thank you for being part of this wonderful session. Stay blessed. Bye bye.